Hello, my name is Dr. Neil Ratliff, and if you're suffering from toenail or skin fungus, the following presentation will not just show you how to get rid of it quickly, safely, and entirely naturally without any prescription medications or creams in less than a week. It can literally save your life. And if you've been feeling tired lately, have gained weight, or are having trouble reducing, then you should pay especially close attention, because unlike what your doctor might have told you, these aren't conditions or your own fault. These are symptoms of a much more dangerous threat, a parasite which has hijacked your body and is now slowly growing inside of you, poisoning your organs, poisoning your brain, and even taking over your metabolism, forcing you to crave the foods it likes, sabotaging any effort to lose excess weight, and making you tired from its toxic excretions. The shocking truth is, every single doctor in America is treating patients infected by this parasite right now. Yet hardly anyone connects the dots, and after you watch this presentation to the end, you will not only understand why, but you will also be able to know with 100% certainty if you're infected and how to cure yourself. Even if you've been suffering for years, tried all kinds of treatments and gimmicks, the nauseating drugs of the $12 billion a year antifungal industry, which fights tooth and nail to remove this video from the net, or expensive laser treatments or even surgery, just to see all of them fail. More than 32,400 people have already watched this presentation, followed the advice it contains, and have erased every trace of toenail, skin, or internal fungal infection from their body. Some of them suffered for more than 30 years before learning the truth. People like Corey Sears, Bluefield, West Virginia, who wrote me saying, after 8 years of suffering with toenail fungus, all it took was 3 days to cure it with your protocol. Look at this picture yourself, how disgusting my nails looked. The doctor told me it would spread to my hands and gave me the rigmarole how there was nothing he could do. After seeing how fast your protocol erased the fungus, I'm no longer sure he was honest. Your treatment made the fungus disappear in days, and it hasn't come back since. And all my doctor did when I told him was doubt me. After all the money I spent there, I really would have expected more. Maybe you're right, and all they want is to please Big Pharma handing out expensive prescriptions. Or Catherine, Cardenas Vermilion, South Dakota. The skin around my toes and heels was itchy for years with fungus. Especially in the summer, it was pure torture that made it difficult for me to sleep at night. All I got from taking Lamisil were terrible headaches, and my doctor told me I would have to live with it. Laser treatment is too expensive for me, and I heard mixed reviews about its effectiveness. All the oils and lotions people recommended in online forums didn't work for me either. But your presentation is different. The information is as easy as falling off a log, yet it really works, and fast too. My nails started changing colors from white to pink on the second day. You are a miracle worker. And my colleague, Dr. Eric Hoffman, MD, Knoxville, Tennessee. I treat a lot of diabetics in my practice here in Knoxville. Toenail fungus is an issue many of them face, and the medication available on the market often doesn't help. This is a frustrating situation for me as a doctor. One of my patients showed me your site, saying it completely cleared her fungus. I was weary at first since I don't buy into hype, but when I read through your protocol, I saw that it is based on solid science and real studies. With your permission, I would like to incorporate it into my recommendations for patients. Now, before I give you the 3-point checklist that tells you in how much danger you're in, along with the scientifically proven protocol, which erases toenail and skin fungus and all other symptoms caused by the parasite, you need to know more about me and why I'm so passionate to bring this natural fungus-destroying solution to every patient in America. As you know, my name is Dr. Neil Ratliff, and I'm a general practitioner here in Naperville, Illinois. And 2 years ago, fungus wasn't even on my map, before the violent death of one of my patients woke me up, putting me on a year-long quest to solve the riddle why Mary Ann Clark had to die, and how I could protect people like yourself from sharing her terrible fate. I still remember how she hobbled into my practice back in March 2014. It was clear something was wrong with her left foot, as her face turned into a grimace of pain every time she put it down. She described how she had been suffering from toenail fungus for months. With her nail turning yellow and crusting away, how it had eaten deeper and deeper into her nail bed, separating the nail from the skin, almost like someone was hammering a wedge of wood between the flesh and the nail, causing an itching that kept her awake at night and a pain that was getting worse by the day. She had gone to the drugstore and tried out various creams, but none of them worked. It seemed a clear-cut case. My diagnosis was onychomycosis, an infection of the nail of her foot. With such a severe case, and her being a diabetic, I had to bring out the big guns. I prescribed her Lamisil, but not before I asked her if she ever had problems with her liver, or was taking any other prescription medications, because as a doctor, I knew that Lamisil comes with a whole host of side effects since it is not a targeted treatment, but attacks your entire body, and not just the fungus. I told her to pay special attention to nausea, fatigue, vomiting, abdominal pain, dark urine, or pale stools, since every single one of these can be a sign that Lamisil is killing your liver. She gave me a long list of medications she took, but made a mistake which would cost her her life, because she completely forgot to tell me she was also taking warfarin, a blood thinner prescribed against blood clots, which reduces the risk of a heart attack. I knew the treatment with Lamisil takes a long time, so I gave her another appointment in 4 months, telling her to let me know of any adverse reactions. But I never heard again from her, because just 6 weeks after she left my practice, I got a call from a furious woman. "You've killed my mother," she screamed. Although it took me a while to calm her down, I finally managed to find out what had caused her rage. She was the daughter of Mary Ann Clark, who had died of a heart attack the other day. The Lamisil had suppressed the blood thinner, causing deadly clots to form, which finally blocked several arteries to her heart, causing her to collapse and die on the way to the hospital. I was shocked and felt incredibly guilty. Even though I had done everything in my power to protect her, I still felt responsible for Mary Ann's death. And on that day, I swore to solve the riddle. I made a promise to myself to discover a safe alternative for my patients, so no one would have to take Lamisil ever again. It took me months of research until I stumbled onto a study conducted by a British toxicologist who explained why conventional fungal treatments were destined to fail. His name was Dr. Mortimer Brewster, and I immediately wrote him to get more information. Over dozens of emails and phone calls, it finally became clear to me what was going on. You see, toenail and skin fungus are often not a condition, but just a symptom of a deeper lying issue. Toxic fungal mold poisoning. Most people don't know it, but mold has been taking over the United States by storm. Fact is that somewhere around 50% of all buildings have water damages, and more than 45 million people live in moldy buildings, according to Duke University-trained Scott McMahon, MD. And it gets even worse, because fungal mold has also contaminated our food supply. A study by Dr. Ruth Ensold, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, estimates that more than 90% of our corn supply is poisoned by mycotoxins from mold. Nuts, wine, coffee, and chocolate are also affected with this bombardment of fungal spores. Now, not everyone gets sick immediately, but the more exposure you get, the higher the likelihood of permanent health damages, especially if you belong to the 28% of people with positive biomarkers who are particularly sensitive to fungal mold. How do you know you're infected? Toenail and skin fungus are some of the first signs, Dr. Brewster told me, that toxic mold has entered your organism and is now slowly growing inside of you, taking over your body. There are several other warning signs, among which are weight gain, tiredness, headaches, and the inability to lose weight. But as bad as these are, they are just a harbinger of things much worse to come, because most physicians have no idea that most forms of cancer are intimately linked to fungal mold and its poisonous byproducts. Brain fog is another common problem, because too many people have that little lie in their head that it's normal to forget where you put your car keys or what you wanted to buy at the supermarket, especially when they get older. And yet memory and brain problems are never normal. It's a sign of serious trouble. The toxic fungal excretions make your brain shrink. Once the size of a grape, it soon starts to look like a shriveled up raisin. Blood and oxygen are having problems reaching your vital areas, and some researchers suspect that the rise in Alzheimer's is caused by fungal mold. How can something so widespread and severe escape so many doctors, you might ask? The problem is, fungal mold poisoning is incredibly hard to diagnose. You need laboratory testing to help confirm inflammation in the body. You need to test for hormonal disruption. You even need to test brain function. Checkups most doctors aren't prepared for, especially since the average doctor in America spends less than 10 minutes with each patient. And a standard blood test won't show fungal mold poisoning. I was terrified to hear about all this, and I asked Dr. Mortimer if there wasn't a way to treat fungal mold poisoning. He said the only way was to follow the tack rule. Now he got my full attention. If you're standing on a tack, it takes a whole lot of aspirin to make the pain go away. The treatment is removing the tack. And with this, he outlined his complete approach, how to tackle a fungal mold infection. I took furious notes and asked him if he would mind me sharing this information with my patients and everyone else affected. He thought it was a great idea and gladly agreed. So over the next few months, I tested it with some really tough cases, and the results blew me away. But listen to the people yourself. What happened when they tried this protocol? Imelda Collins, housewife, 52. I've been suffering from fungus on all of my toenails for over 7 years. Not only was it uncomfortable, it was embarrassing. I never dared to wear sandals, and it heats up to 90 degrees here in the summer. The first day on the program, I could already feel a change. At first, I thought it was all in my head, but after 3 days, the fungus was actually gone. I went to see my doctor, and he called your solution genius. I'm wearing sandals writing this, and I can say this was one of the best investments of my life. Or Patty Bray, a neighbor of mine. I'm so grateful to have you as my neighbor. 2 of my toenails had grown to twice their size with this nasty fungus. They were impossible to clip or cut and made me feel like some old witch. I tried all kinds of solutions, but nothing worked. Your idea of a natural solution made a lot of sense to me, and I was surprised how easy the protocol is to follow. Even more important, it works. My fungus cleared up completely in less than a week. Thank you so much. With success cases like these and countless others, it was clear I had to bring this information to everyone in need. So I combined all treatment steps in an easy-to-read guide I called Fungus Eraser. Fungus Eraser is the only holistic protocol to treat fungal mold infections, healing you from the inside out, not just erasing any trace of skin or toenail fungus in as little as 3 days, but healing the internal damages caused and protecting you from further dangers. Many people report after following Fungus Eraser that they had no idea how sick they were. Headaches are washed away as the fungal toxins disappear. Excess weight caused by bowel inflammation melts away. And tiredness and brain fog gets replaced by clarity and unbound energy when you follow the simple steps in this program. Yet when you click the Add to Cart button below, you will receive much more than just Fungus Eraser. Because following Dr. Brewster's advice in treating the problem holistically, I've decided to also include 3 valuable bonuses entirely free of charge. The first is called Fungus Spotter, and it's a vital key to make this protocol work for you. You see, fungal mold doesn't just invade your body with its spores. It also spreads into your home, contaminating carpets, furniture, and particularly your clothes. With Fungus Spotter, you receive a complete checklist to see which of your belongings are contaminated and need to be replaced. The average mold test cost $834, while Fungus Spotter sells for only $77, and yet you receive it entirely for free when you go ahead with your purchase now. Yet it doesn't stop there, because with the second bonus, you receive Fungus Removed from Your Home. In this special report, you will discover how you can save your home, even if it has been turned into a breeding ground for fungal mold. If you hire an outside firm to do this, they will charge you anywhere from $15,000 to $40,000, depending on the size of your home. So it's no wonder Fungus Removed from Your Home retails for $199. But for the next 30 customers, it will come free of charge when you order Fungus Eraser now. Listen, I know what a dramatic effect this protocol will have on your health, which is why I'll offer you one more ethical bribe. So you go ahead and click the Add to Cart button below, a guide by the name of Fungus Proof Home. Although your home might be free of fungal mold now, there is an 87% chance it has some water damage, thus creating ideal conditions for mold to creep in. But if you follow the guidelines in this manual, you turn your home into a fortress fungal mold will never be able to conquer, thus protecting not just yourself, but every single member of your family from sickening fungal mold exposure. A health insurance costs you at least $20,000 a year each, so the $79 people usually pay for it are a real steal. And when you decide to order Erase Fungus now, you won't even pay that, but receive it as a complimentary bonus entirely for free. So let me ask you this. How much is your health and that of your family worth to you? How much is it worth to dramatically cut your risk of cancer, cut your risk of Alzheimer's, and many other serious diseases caused by fungal mold? I know, it's a silly question, because once you've lost your health, you will happily give everything you own to get it back. And that's obviously not required when you get your hands on Fungus Eraser now. I think you already saw that making money isn't important to me, since I usually sell the guides you receive as a free bonus for $355, although they are actually worth over $50,000. The value Fungus Eraser brings is priceless, yet when you act now, you receive it for a single payment of just $37, instead of the $199 I usually charge. The sad truth is, the day Marianne died is coming up, and out of respect for her, I want you to get this guide now, so money shouldn't stand in your way. And since I'm a doctor who takes your health and safety serious, I go even one step further, which is why you can make this decision now and feel entirely safe, because you are fully backed by a 60-day doctor-approved money-back guarantee. Here's how it works. You click the button below, fill out the form on the next page, and follow the simple steps of the protocol. If you don't see with your own eyes how your skin and nails recover, how the itchiness and pain evaporate like morning dew just hours after you started, and how tiredness and excess weight vanish like a pebble in a pond, as it has for more than 32,400 people before you who trusted this protocol and are now 100% cured, even if you dislike Fungus Eraser for any other reason, like the font, the formatting, or the file size. A simple email to our support is enough, and you receive every single cent of your investment back, without ands, ifs, or buts. You can even keep the product and all of the free bonuses. That's how much confidence I have in your honesty. All the risk is on my shoulders. But I won't worry one bit, because every single claim I made in this presentation is backed up by solid scientific evidence, along with thousands of success stories. So hit the Add to Cart button below and see your fungus erased. Just imagine how much guilt and regret you will feel when years from now you're still suffering from funky-looking feet, and look back to this day knowing you can end the suffering right now with a simple click below. It's sad to see how many people do not have the courage to take action until it's too late. Once you're in a hospital bed with tubes sticking out of your body and your family standing around you crying and praying for your life, you've missed the chance to save yourself. Make no mistake, your infection is anything but harmless. People have died from fungal parasites. Even the FDA has admitted this and issued a stern warning. Fungal infections take more than 1.3 million lives each year, and more species become resistant to conventional treatments. Your cure is in arm's reach, literally the click of a button away. So you don't have to take any risk of your infection becoming worse, or even infecting one of your loved ones with it, condemning them to join you in your misery. Take control and stop this threat now. We cannot guarantee this site will be online much longer, with $13 billion in profits at stake. No trick is too dirty for Big Pharma to shut us down. Don't forget, the 86% price reduction in honor of Marianne Clark won't last much longer. And when it's over, we will have to raise the price back to $199. Not because of greed, but because we have found people simply don't believe this protocol works incredibly well if it's priced too low. Just one day of hospitalization costs you $2,000. And even if it doesn't get so far, a doctor's visit these days is $200. More than 5 times the price of Fungus Eraser. We want to bring this treatment to every single patient in need, hopefully extinguishing fungal mold infections forever. Join the thousands of success stories and hit the button below, as long as the site is still up. And the full protocol, along with all the free bonuses, can be yours in literally 1 minute from now. We are at a crossroads, and you are left with 3 choices. Number 1. You can forget you ever watched this video and hope beyond hope that conventional doctors discover a way to treat fungal mold infections, probably in the next 20 to 30 years from now. Until then, try at least to avoid the drugs they give you, because Marianne isn't the only one who paid with her life for her trust in the pharmaceutical companies. Because raging chemical warfare on your body is wrong, especially when there is a natural and effective alternative. With choice number 2, you can try for yourself to treat your fungus. There are literally hundreds of self-proclaimed cures fighting over your hard-earned dollars. The sad truth, though, is that most of them simply don't work. And because they know this, they don't offer you any guarantee. It will take you years to test your way through all of them and cost you thousands of dollars. Not to mention, there is a good chance that in the end, you will still have your fungus. So why not go with option number 3 and give Fungus Eraser a shot? We have removed all risk, and you are completely protected by our guarantee. The protocol is simple to follow. It takes only a few days until your fungus will be gone forever. Click the Add to Cart button below, complete the form on the next page, and secure your personal copy now. You will join our happy family of ex-fungus victims and become our newest success story. My name is Dr. Neil Ratliff, and I think you know what to do now. Are you still hesitating? I get it. This was all a bit much, and many people feel overwhelmed, which is not what I want for you. So let me answer some of the most common questions I get and give you the confidence to go ahead and click the Add to Cart button below. Question number 1. What exactly am I getting here, and how do I get access? Fungus Eraser is a digital online training course. You gain instant access to all course materials right on this site. You can browse through them on your phone, tablet, or desktop, and even print them out at your convenience. This way, you don't have to suffer a day longer from toenail or skin fungus, and get started today. Number 2. How is this different from solutions I find online or the drugs my doctor recommends? I'm glad you asked. First off, most doctors are stuck in the past. They prefer to cut, burn, and drug instead of trying holistic solutions which help your body heal itself. Not to mention Big Pharma, who spend millions of dollars every year in order to convince or outright bribe doctors into prescribing their drugs. Now, you may have seen a wide range of advice online, but let me ask you, would you trust an 8-year-old kid with your life? The truth is, you have no idea from whom this advice is coming, and chances are it is not an expert. Fungus is not an easy condition to treat, otherwise you wouldn't be on this site. Fungus Eraser is a holistic healing protocol based on clinical studies and university research. Not to mention that I'm a doctor myself, and I put my reputation on the line, because I know this solution will work for you. Number 3. Are there any side effects to this treatment? Yes, there are, but you're going to love every single one of them. Since we will erase every trace of fungal infection from your body, you will soon enjoy a whole host of side benefits. It's not just that your skin and nails will look normal and healthy again. The parasitic fungus excretes toxins which tire you and cause frequent headaches. So, many people report a sudden burst of energy and a mental clarity they didn't even think possible after just days in the protocol. If the fungus has already taken over your digestion, you will have noticed steady weight gain, and reducing was almost impossible. But after the program has killed your fungus, you will find the pounds effortlessly dropping from your body, restoring your natural balance without diets or any exercise. Number 4. Is it safe to use my credit card? Your payment is processed by Software Projects, one of the largest internet retailers for digital educational programs. They use 256-bit encryption, the same security standard big banks or Amazon are using. This way your data is even safer than buying at your local grocery store, because no one is physically handling your card. Okay, these were the most common questions, and if there's anything else you would like to know, then the best and safest way to find out is to simply click the Add to Cart button below. Keep in mind, you're just test driving this protocol and have a full 60 days to decide if you want to keep it or not. Much like a refundable deposit, you can always get your money back. So, click the Add to Cart button now, and I'll see you in my virtual practice in just 1 minute. Common questions, and if there's anything else you would like to know, then the best and safest way to find out is to simply click the Add to Cart button below. Keep in mind, you're just test driving this protocol and have a full 60 days to decide if you want to keep it or not. Much like a refundable deposit, you can always get your money back. So, click the Add to Cart button now, and I'll see you in my virtual practice in just 1 minute.